Good morning, students. Now, today I will just discuss how the ATP is produced. Now, in the last video, I have discussed how the electron is moving. Clear? I have just drawn today. This is the outer membrane of the mitochondria. Clear? This is the inner membrane, and you know that inner membrane is a lipid bilayer. तो जो अंदर की उसकी membrane है बेटे वो थोड़ी चौड़ी होगी, ठीक है? It is wide. So this is the outer side of the membrane. This is the inner side. This is basically the inner membrane, which is finger shaped, जो fold हो जाती है ना. तो I have just shown that membrane here. अब मैंने उसको थोड़ा elaborate किया. You have done that there are complexes 1. Clear? Means 5 complexes basically are there. So I have just tried to draw that. I want to repeat the previous one video. थोड़ा सा उसको repeat करेंगे. This is complex number 1. Basically these are the protein complexes. Clear? And this is the matrix. ये जो है matrix है बेटे. यहाँ पे आपका Krebs cycle चल रहा है. And from the Krebs cycle you have produced NADH2. यहाँ पे NADH2 बना था. Now this NADH2 release the electrons and form NAD plus H positive ions. This electron enters into the complex 1. Basically in this only electrons are moving from one molecule to another. इसमें हो क्या रहा है? इलेक्ट्रॉन सिर्फ मूव कर रहे हैं बेटे एक से दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल में एंड कॉन्टिन्यूसली रिलीजिंग एनर्जी एंड दैट एनर्जी इज यूज टू ट्रांसफर H पॉजिटिव आयंस फ्रॉम द मैट्रिक्स टू द आउटर मेम्ब्रेन. ठीक है, जो स्पेस है आपका बिटवीन आउटर मेम्ब्रेन इनर मेम्ब्रेन, दिस इज द स्पेस. तो हमने सारे हाइड्रोजन आयंस को एनर्जी दे के वहाँ शिफ्ट करना है. दिस इज आवर मेन पर्पज. सो यू कैन सी हियर दैट इन कम्प्लेक्स 1 FMN get electrons and they will shift this electrons to the FES and FES give that electron to the quinone. Clear? And this quinone will get H positive ions from the matrix as well as electrons and form the ubiquinone H2. Clear? You can write ubiquinone or Q, only that is your wish. Now then this ubiquinone will give those electrons to the complex 3. Clear? To the cytochrome B. This cytochrome B will give electrons to the FES and that FES give electron to the cytochrome C1. Now this cytochrome C1 release electrons and those electrons now enter into the, you can say, complex 4, right? Now here this electron is get shifted to the cytochrome A and that is given to then A3 and then that electron will moves out. Clear? Here oxygen is there which is ready to carry that electron. यहाँ पे oxygen बैठे थे मैट्रिक्स में बेटा और वो इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को लेने के लिए तैयार है. Now that oxygen will carry electron and get H positive ions also from the matrix and form the water. Clear? जो आपको respiration में पानी मिलता है. So that is this water. Now let's see what is happening in the fourth complex. ठीक है, जो आपका complex 4 उसमें क्या हो रहा है? Now FADH2 is also formed. This FADH2 again release electrons and H positive ions. Those electrons are taken by the FES. Now this FES will release electrons and those electrons are carried by the ubiquinone. This ubiquinone gives electron back to the cytochrome B. अगर आप ध्यान से देखिए बेटा हर चीज़ जो है वो इलेक्ट्रॉन साइटोक्रोम बी को दे रहा है. कम्प्लेक्स 1 is also giving electrons and complex you can say second is also giving electrons to the cytochrome B. Now they all are just moving electrons from one place to another, from one molecule to another. Now when the electrons are moving, they are just releasing energy and that energy is used to shift all H positive ions in the space between the outer membrane and the inner membrane. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे वहाँ पे इतने सारे H positive ions का हमने क्या करना है. Now we use this H positive ions, जैसे आप देखते हैं डैम्स बने तो इसके पीछे हम पानी इकट्ठा करते हैं, ठीक है. Then we use that potential energy to create electric current. तो अब इन सब से हम ATP बनाएंगे, right? Now all these H positive ions when concentration is very high, then you will have the fifth complex, complex number 5. Now these H positive ions will not cross any line, यहाँ से नीचे नहीं आ सकते, but there is a specific area, जैसे डैम में डोर्स लगे होते हैं ना उनको खोल के पानी नीचे आता है बेटे. So this is the area where H positive ions can come out and enter into the matrix. Clear? अब यहाँ से सारे electrons with the pressure, इसके दो parts हैं F0 and F1. Clear? Now F1 is basically you can say it is ATP synthase, ये enzyme है. Clear? Now when H positive ions will move with the pressure, they will release energy and that energy is used by the ADP and ATP synthase. Now that will convert it into the ATP. और इस सभी चीज़ों के लिए ही हमने ये पूरा respiration process किया. So this is how the ATP is produced during the respiration. I think it is clear. I try to explain it. Clear? In your book, the diagram is not very clear. So, thanks and have a nice day, beta.